When does the GMAT exam happen? What are the different sections in GMAT? Does GMAT have negative marking? How many days, weeks, or months do I need to prep for the GMAT? If these sound like the doubts that you are having about GMAT, then this video is for you. Welcome back to my channel. I am Madhuri, an ISB alumna, a management professional, and your go-to person for everything related to academics, career, and personal development. Subscribe now for pro tips and unbiased views, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notified when new videos are published. You all loved my GMAT journey video so much that I was compelled to create more content about the exam. I have been covering such advanced topics, be it how to track your prep or how to enhance your score, that I never realized that you might want to understand the basic aspects of the exam as well. So in this video, we are going to cover step 0 of the GMAT exam. That involves understanding the exam structure, basic details about your study material and study plan, and some do's and don'ts to help you throughout the journey. Let's get started. GMAT is a proficiency test that most B schools require you to attempt. It's one of their ways to evaluate you against other applicants. So even if your universities waive off the GMAT exam, which they have started doing since the onset of the pandemic, I would still urge you to have a score in hand, as that will set you apart from many others who opt for the waiver. If you'd like to understand how B schools evaluate applicants for admission, watch this video. I have pinned the link in the comments too and mentioned it in the description box as well. Talking about the GMAT exam, there are 4 sections that you will have to attempt. First is analytical writing, wherein you are given an argument that you have to critically analyze. You can either support the ideas presented in the argument or refute them. The purpose of this section is to measure your ability to think critically and communicate your ideas in a structured manner. You have 30 minutes to write your analysis, and you are scored between 0 and 6 with 0.5 increments. So your scores can be 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5 and so on. The next section is quantitative reasoning that tests your knowledge of math. For example, number systems, algebra, geometry, statistics, probability, permutation and combination, trigonometry, and similar such topics. This section requires you to solve 31 questions in 62 minutes, so you get an average of 2 minutes per question. The next section is verbal reasoning. It tests your reading comprehension, critical reasoning, and knowledge of the English grammar. You have to solve 36 questions in 65 minutes, so the average time per question differs. Both quant and verbal sections are scored between 6 and 51. The beauty of the exam is that you can appear for it anytime throughout the year with at least a 15-day gap between 2 attempts. The maximum limit of attempts per year is 5, and in your entire life you can attempt the GMAT exam only 8 times. Now let's understand the exam structure in detail. You're free to choose the order in which you want to attempt these sections. You can either start with analytical writing, then integrated reasoning, and then move on to quant and verbal, or you can choose quant first, then verbal, integrated reasoning, and then AWA. I always recommend starting with the section that you are most comfortable with, so that it uplifts your spirit and keeps you motivated to face your not so strong sections with confidence. The overall score that you get for each section from 6 to 51, especially for quant and verbal, they make up your overall score for the GMAT exam out of 800. So everything is completely scaled and percentile based. So how is your actual score decided? It's decided based on the performance of everyone who attempted the GMAT in the last 3 years. So compared to all of those people, where do you stand? And that's the overall percentile. While there is no negative marking, the GMAT exam is adaptive, meaning the difficulty level of the exam keeps altering based on how correctly you answer questions. Many people say that the first 10 questions decide the difficulty level of your exam. That is a total and complete myth. The first question that anyone attempts on the GMAT for any section is of medium difficulty level. So that's common for everyone. Whether you answer it correctly or incorrectly will decide whether the next question would be easy or difficult. And this continues till the last question of each section, of course. Here's another thing that I want to clarify. If you get an easy question, don't think that you marked the previous question wrong. It could simply be the case that you answered many difficult questions correctly in a row. So the software decided to ease things up for you a little bit and throw you a lower difficulty level question. The key to succeeding at the GMAT exam is structured and focused preparation. For that, you need to have the right study materials in hand. Your first step should be to order the official guide from Amazon. You don't necessarily need the math review and the verbal review guides. Just the main one would suffice. But if you want to go ahead and order all three, feel free to do so. Once you get your hands on these guides, you'll realize that these guides only have practice questions. They don't teach you concepts or how to solve questions to get answers right. For that, you either need to go for in-person tuition classes, which have pretty much gone online since the onset of the pandemic, or sign up for an online course so that you have more control over when you want to sit down for studying and how much time you want to spend. There are many online courses available out there. I personally recommend opting for the self-study premium plan by Magoosh for various reasons. First, I had used this exact course and it helped me improve my score by 80 points and go way beyond 700. So I know that their content quality is strong. Second, it offers a score predictor that predicts your exam score range based on how you perform on the questions on their dashboard. It was right for not only me, but many of my students whom I recommended Magoosh to. And finally, it's the cheapest course available out there. When you compare it with Kaplan, Princeton, GMAT, Crackverbal, or any other online course, their content quality is way better for the price offered. The only online course that comes close is Manhattan, but just verbal. I wouldn't recommend going with Manhattan for quant. And the best part about Magoosh is that you don't have to pay anything upfront. You can go for a 7-day free trial. That's exactly what I had done. Get a feel of their dashboard and see whether you're comfortable with their teaching style and the way that they're explaining concepts. And only if you find it helpful, upgrade to the full version. I have pasted a link in the comments and in the description box for you to check out the Magoosh website and sign up for their 7-day free trial for the self-study premium plan. If you don't want to go for group tuitions or online classes, but want someone to tutor you one-on-one, then write to me on Instagram or LinkedIn and I'll share details about my personal tutoring classes. Once your study materials are sorted, you can start planning your prep. You will receive many suggestions to give a mock exam as the first step of your prep. I personally feel that it does not make sense. Let's say you appear for a mock before you start your prep and you score 480. That 480 will become your benchmark for improvement. It's like throwing yourself in a pool without even knowing the basic techniques of swimming. So later if you score 600, you'll be like, I improved my score by 120 points. But that's not realistic progress because at that 480 mark, you were not fully equipped to tackle the exam. So I recommend not giving any mock exam in the beginning. Just start with your prep. Your benchmark score for improvement should be the first mock that you give after studying all the concepts and understanding how to solve questions. I have covered study plan, mock exam details, and overall strategy to be followed for the GMAT exam, prep plus the exam part in a lot of detail in my GMAT strategy masterclass. The recording of that masterclass is available on the link mentioned in the description box. If you feel that you need personal guidance for your specific case, then please book a one-on-one consultation with me via the link mentioned in the description box. I have pinned it in the comments also. I sincerely hope that you managed to take away some valuable information from this video. If you did, let me know in the comments because reading all of your thoughts and feedback is one of the biggest motivators for me to continue making these videos. If you'd like my guidance with your GMAT prep, personal tutoring, admission essays, SOPs, LORs, or even mock interview to prep for the next round of your admission, please write to me via the link mentioned in the description box or the one that's pinned in the comments. You can connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn as well. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this with your buddies who are also planning to prepare for their GMAT exam, and subscribe to my channel for more helpful content. Prepare as much as you can, stay calm, and give it your best shot. Thank you for watching.